this is Alex, and we came across another really ridiculous sign. This time it's a suicide prevention sign, and it's a massive billboard that this is on, as you can see. And everything about this sign to me is just absolutely ridiculous and overblown and just illogical. So signs like this give the impression that, you know, by doing X or Y or doing this or that, you can protect your children. And the fact is that there are millions of harms in this world. And if you're so concerned about preventing harm, the first thing that you should do is not have a child. Because the moment you have a child, you bring them into a world where all sorts of problems can happen. And whether somebody dies by their own hand, or they die by somebody else's hand or somebody else's mistake, or by cancer, they're prone to all these problems. And this sign just irritates me because it gives people the impression that storing your firearms is the problem, or driving safely is the problem, or not smoking is the problem. But the real problem is procreation. That's really the cause of all these harms. The real problem is life. And another reason why this sign is sickening is because the right to die should be seen as a fundamental right. And this sign gives the impression that people don't have a right to die, that we should prevent people from exercising the right to die, and that we should prevent suicides. And that's a massive violation. I mean, to me, this sign would be like saying, you know, prevent people from being allowed to live, prevent people from being allowed to go outside. It's an absolute violation. So if one has a right to live, they should have a right to die. And I'm a big proponent of the right to die, and signs like this are just so ludicrous.
I will say that speaking of the right to die, the government and the natalists believe that you have a right to die, but that right is naturally and suffering in a nursing home or a long-term care home. So everybody's going to have a death or a right to die because everybody's going to die. But so this, it looks like the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs has sponsored this billboard, but where it says "Own It." I think parents need to own procreation and the harm that has done.
And actually, what's even more sickening, I just noticed that it's also sponsored by National Shooting Sports. And that's a foundation that, you know, specializes in shooting wildlife and such. So it's just, the irony of this is absolutely sickening. I mean, there's just so many, there's just so much wrong with this sign, and there's just so much sick irony. So, I mean, I'm just blown away. That
Hypocrisy.
Yeah,
people
absolute hypocrisy.
People make me sick.
It's like, don't shoot yourself, but shoot deer. And I mean, it just doesn't, it's absolute hypocrisy.
God. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Diane.
Have a good day.
Alex.